Hi everyone, welcome back. Now let's look at the complete mixture. So where do people get mixed up and how they get mixed up? Most people are okay that two negatives make a positive, and that's gone into their brain, and the rest of their days almost they'll remember two negatives make a positive. So go over this one here. This is all about multiplication. So when you have a multiplication, those two negatives make a positive. And then the numbers that just act normal. This is a normal everyday 3 multiplied by 2, or 3 lots of 2. So we go 2 and 2 and 2 make 6. So we don't have to write the plus 6, can you if you want to. So this one was controlled by a multiplication. Multiplication, two negatives make a positive. This one though, these two negatives do not make a positive. If I came over to you and I said, can I borrow $3 off you? And say later in the day I say, can I borrow $2 off you? It wouldn't make sense to say you owed me $5. What's happened if I borrowed 3 off you, I borrowed 2 off you, I owe you $5. Can go this way though. So this is minus 3 where we start and we go down 2. So if we start at minus 3 and we go down 2, I end up at, so there's down 2, end up at minus 5. So did those two negatives make a positive? No. Did those two negatives make a positive? Yes. This one here gets confusing because it's not a multiplication. I actually personally find that most students do multiplication and division much easier. That's why I teach it first normally, or actually teach it after I've got the basic idea. These two here are what I call next to each other. So if it was two negatives, they could come together and make a positive, but there's not two negatives there. Only one of them's a negative. So this stays as a minus 3. It's not affected by that. That stays there. This is actually negative 3, which is there. And then we're going to go subtract 2. And we're back to the same question that we had a moment ago. So negative 3, subtract 2, cannot turn that into a positive because they're not two negatives. And we're back to that question there, and we're back to minus 5. What happens with this one then? Start at minus 3. Those two can go together for multiplication. Those two can go together because there's nothing in the way to stop them getting together. So they become an addition. So we've got add, so that one there becomes a plus, and they've got the 2. Now it's not plus and minus 2. It's minus 3 plus 2. Now we can go back over here and say this means up to minus 3. This time we're going to go up 2. So if I start at minus 3 and I go up 2, I end up at minus 1 or negative 1. This one here, multiplication and division. Division's no problems. A division question, two negatives make a positive. So I can write the positive if I wanted to. How many times does 3 go into 3? Anything goes into itself once. And I keep talking about the common sense. If I divide something by itself, it has to be once, not a negative once. It's a 1. So we can get rid of the plus because we don't need it, and just 1 for a little bit of difference. If I started at negative 3, and I went, this one's saying down 2, and this one's saying down 1. So start at negative 3, I'm going to go down 2, and I'm going to go after that, then go down 1. So I start at negative 3, I go down 2, I'm at negative 5, I go down another 1 and I'm at negative 6. So these numbers just keep counting, and they actually keep just counting up and down. Be interesting if then I said, let's go plus 5. So we went plus 5, we start at minus 3, I went down 2, I went down 1. Now this one would go up 5. So if I started there, and I got rid of these, so I'm at minus 6, and I go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my up 5. So I started at minus 3, I went down 2, I went down another 1, and then I end up coming up another 5, and I end up at negative 1. Now, after this we can go further and further mixtures, but really that's the basics of all of it, and that's where most people get mixed up. Thank you.